how can you go to a bunch of different sources if all of them are lying?
So I think there was a recent poll, 70% of Americans do not trust the media. And you're surprised that I don't trust the media?
I'm asking you, how do you ascertain the truthfulness of any claim if you think that all of them are lying? Why would reading a bunch of lies help you figure out the truth if it's all lies? You just didn't do any research. You just like gave me some opinions, right? You know, I research better than you, right? Like I have more media savvy than you. I'm a better critical thinker than you. I'm a better researcher than you. I know more facts about all of these things than you do. So I don't know why you're talking to me like this is the you're enlightening me somehow. Yeah.
How do you know you're better than me?
Have you ever seen a video of Biden having an executive order brought to him to sign that he doesn't know what it is? Whereas on every single one that Trump has signed, people are bringing it to him and explaining what the EO is. Have you ever seen that happen with Biden?
How many days did Biden take vacations out of his whole presidency? Was it 40-something%?
You think that Biden has taken more vacation days than Donald Trump has?
Absolutely. I will guarantee you that's true. Google, look it up right now.
I'll look it up. But then back to my other question. Have you ever seen, you've seen people bring executive orders to Trump and then explain them to Trump, right? You've seen that, right?
Yeah, well, he does that live.
Don't you think that's kind of weird that he's not writing them and that he's the one who's getting them brought to him and explained by other people? Isn't that kind of weird?
Yeah. No, I think you're being a little sassy right now, but you know how it works. Trump hires people to write the executive orders. They summarize them to him. He reviews them and hopefully reads the majority.
If you had proof that Biden was hiring people to write executive orders for him, don't you think that would be scandalous in and of itself?
Let me finish.
Okay.
I think that Trump reviews the executive orders. He puts together a collaboration, a team, right? His administration, and he then signs them, and which he signed them like live on TV. I think Trump has signed almost every executive order.
As they're explained to him by other people. So
they're explained to him based off of his agenda that he put together with his cabinet.
Maybe. I mean, you think that. That could be the case.
But hold on. But what I'm saying is, I don't think Biden put together anything.
Yeah, that's great, but you have no proof of that. You can't prove any of that, right?
Other than the fact that he was pretty much asleep the whole time, no.
I mean, you can say that, but you can't prove that either. So I linked the thing on, you can look at for known totals of vacation days.
You're giving me Wikipedia?
Is there a different source you would prefer?
Yeah, hold on.
I looked it up on
This says for Donald Trump's first term, he took 378 vacation days, and Joe Biden took 183 to 184. So Trump took about twice as many vacation days as Biden did.
Hold on. There's 1,460 days in an administration. So you just said 184? That's bullshit. What does ChatGPT say?
Yeah. So the Republican National Congress claimed that Biden took 577 days. However, Snopes investigated and they found that he took somewhere between 183 and 184 vacation days, which accounts to about 12.5% of his term. During Donald Trump's first term, he took 380 days, which accounts to about 26%.
Right, Biden. All right. So the Republican National Committee, and reported by other various sources.
They were all reporting what the RNC was saying. Yeah.
Hold on. Biden spent 577 days out of his 1,463-day term. So that's 39%. Okay. Now, I don't know what Snopes did on their fact checking.
They do like. Are you familiar with Snopes?
Yeah. He probably thinks it's liberal propaganda. But the RNC, the Republican National Committee or whatever, that's not Republican propaganda, but Snopes is liberal propaganda.
Well, what are the findings? What is the evidence that the Republicans gave? Like, I'm sure that the way they do their tallies is they say, okay, Biden took a vacation day, this, and this day, and you add them all up to 577. You think there's a 577 to 183 disparity between the two sides. So even if it's somewhere in the middle, Biden took a fuck ton of vacation days.
Even if it was somewhere in the middle, it would still be less than Trump. But I mean, we can just read what Snopes says. A claim popularized by the Republican National Committee that former U.S. President Joe Biden spent 40% of his presidency on vacation stretched the truth. The RNC treated partial days outside the White House as full days on vacation, made outright errors in its calculations, and included locations that are not always used as vacation settings in its analysis. Due to the
So you'd do the same thing for Trump. A partial day outside of the White House would probably be attributed to a vacation day for Trump too. So I think that they use the same metrics as you would for Trump.
Yeah, but when they used the same metrics for both, Trump took twice as many vacation days as Joe Biden.
No, you're taking the good number from one. Let's not do this.
This was you wanted to go here, and now we're here. Now you don't like the facts. I know you hate. The facts are like fucking kryptonite to a conservative.
If that's your argument, I know if we spend more time on this, I will win. But I'm just saying, do we want to spend more time on this?
I do. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Let's do like 5 minutes on this, and then let's go to ICE.
Okay. Let's go to the Republican National Committee and see what they said. So you said that they included partial days outside. So he did take 577 vacation days, but you're saying some of them weren't real vacation days.
No, I'm saying that it sounds like they treated any time he was traveling anywhere, like to another country to meet with foreign leaders or whatever. It sounds like they were treating those as vacation days.
Yeah, and that's like I said, that's the same exact.
No, the majority of Trump's were just spent as golfing properties. Like if anybody watches any amount of news,
where he was working.
I don't believe he was working at his in the first term. No.
So you think that Biden can work when he's outside of the White House, but Trump never worked when he was outside of the White House. Again, you applied two different standards. You applied two different standards to two different presidents.
There's a significant difference between traveling to another country to go to their embassy or to go to a thing to give a speech versus Donald Trump going to a golfing property and just golfing. Yes.
But he wasn't just golfing. Trump was on the phone negotiating. Trump, golf only takes like 3-4 hours.
Well, that probably depends on how much you play or how many holes or rounds or whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah. So Trump would golf for a few hours, and he's the fucking president. So I'm assuming that when he's at his golf course, he's got his staffers with him, and they're coming up to him going like, "Hey, Mr. President, this thing just happened." So again, he's literally working, but he's also golfing.
Okay, show me that.
This has already been reported on.
I'm not seeing this anywhere. Where has it been reported on that he's?
They have. I think that there was I think that he just called. Oh shit! Was it? What was the conflict? He just called the president, and I think it was
India, Pakistan.
No, it wasn't India, Pakistan. It was the one that just happened. It was like a 9-day war where like 30 something people died. And he called the world leader from the golf course, and he said, if you don't cut the shit, like I'm gonna get upset. And this is just reported like 2 weeks ago. Trump called the world leader to negotiate the end to a conflict from the golf course. So this is the very recent event.
You understand, your claim is unfalsifiable, right? You're giving me an example of one phone call that he made. How can I even debate this? Every factual source we can find shows that you're wrong. Okay, but you're saying what about the phone calls that he's making that we can't prove or verify or anything? Give me some metric or some analysis or somebody that's done something.
Well, you said Trump is only golfing. I just gave you a real time, a very recent example of him working while golfing.
Sure. Maybe not all of his golf things are. Maybe he does work in some of his golf things. I don't think he works on the majority of them, though.
Okay, so you lied.
Lied about what?
You lied and you said all of it. You see what you said he only golfs, and now I said the majority.
First of all, the majority of his vacation days aren't even. It's not all golfing, right? I think that they count 180 days golfing. His total vacation days were 378 vacation days.
Well, just a few minutes ago, you said Trump's vacation days, he's just golfing. And then a few minutes later, you go, all right, fine.
Okay, show me an analysis then. Show me an analysis of total vacation days.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're applying the metric.
Show me that.
If you're applying the metric to Biden taking partial vacation days, but you make the claim based off of just your assumption.
None of these are my claims. These are Snopes going through the RNC's claims.
No. You're giving benefit of doubt to Biden, saying the vacation days where he wasn't in the White House and when he was traveling, where he wasn't actually working in the White House, they counted those as vacation days. And I said they did the same thing to Trump, but Trump was working on those days. So I'm saying they applied the same metric to measure vacation days for both presidents, and that's how they got the number 577. That's how you get, if you use the same metric for both, you get the big number for both. Why
you're saying that? I understand you're saying that, but you haven't done this analysis yourself. You're just baselessly asserting it.
You're only basing it off of Snopes, which has had
that is a fact-checking. That's a fact-checking org. Yeah, that's what I'm basing it off of. Do you think that you individually are more reliable than Snopes?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, can you give me some article? I mean, you're not going to trust Washington Post either, I guess. Then. What's a news source that I could link that you would trust?
So Snopes retract 54 stories and suspended fact-checking sites co-founder over plagiarism accusations. That is 2021.
Who are you reading this from? Well, who are you sourcing this from?
This is from BuzzFeed News.
Do you trust BuzzFeed News? If I was to link you a BuzzFeed News post, would you trust that? Or are you only trusting BuzzFeed News right now because they're saying that Snopes might have had to retract some stories?
How about the AP? Is the AP good enough?
I like the AP. I'm guessing you probably wouldn't most of the time.
This is from the AP. Prominent fact checker Snopes apologizes for plagiarism, right?
So does that mean they're wrong on every single thing they've posted?
New York Post, Snopes co-founder banned for plagiarizing, right? So I'm saying... and then this is
wait. I just want to be clear. So, if they have been caught like plagiarizing a story, or if they've retracted 51 or whatever stories, that means we don't trust anything they publish. Then who do we trust on this issue then?
So you're saying that a publication that has to retract 60 stories should be trusted?
Out of how many stories did they publish?
Well, what do you mean? Like I'm saying...
Hold on, wait. If they'd only published 100 stories and they retracted 61, do you agree that that's a lot worse than if they published like 1,000 stories and retracted 61? Or 10,000 stories, right? So isn't that kind of important to know?
I think it's also important to know the co-founder had to make a public apology for plagiarism. That's a big one.
Plagiarism doesn't necessarily mean that they are lying about anything, though. So it's not even really relevant to what we're talking about, right?
The person who founded this site is a plagiarist. Right?
Okay, and Fox News settled the largest defamation lawsuit of all corporate history, propagating a lie that Donald Trump himself and his campaign was propagating for the 2020 election around the Dominion election machines. If you want to play like the who's the bigger liar, the Republican side loses 100%.
Here's why your whataboutism bullshit tactic won't work. Fox News is fake news, so I am not going to
They were propagating stories from Trump and his campaign.
Fox News lies.
About Trump, it was Trump's lies, though. The Dominion lawsuit was Trump's lies.
This isn't a gotcha. No, it's Fox News' lies.
Wait, so Trump and Sidney Powell and Giuliani weren't all saying the Dominion Venezuelan voting machines weren't rigging the election? That didn't originate with Trump and his campaign?
They offered their opinion. Fox News reported on it and took it too far.
No, they just copied what they said. Trump literally calls into Fox News like every other day. Trump's daughter-in-law works at Fox News now. This is a lying organization?
Fox News made their own assertions, which is why they
didn't. They just copied it from Trump's campaign. But I just want to be clear. So Jean Pirro or whatever, she's like the DC prosecutor now. She's from Fox News. Hegseth, the head of our DOD, he's from Fox News. Donald Trump's daughter-in-law, she now works at Fox News. Donald Trump himself calls into Fox News. All of these Fox News hosts that are having like positions in the government now, this is a horrible organization. Donald Trump is hiring from it and working with it. And you're trusting Donald Trump's judgment here?
No, I said that Fox News lies. Like they have lied. It's mainstream media. The CNN lies, Fox News lies, MSNBC lies.
So who do you trust?
None of them.
So how do you get information about anything?
I have to literally look at a bunch of different sources and then come to my own conclusion. It's this wild concept where I don't just blindly trust mainstream media.
Walk me through, how can you go to a bunch of different sources if all of them are lying?
So I think there was a recent poll, 70% of Americans do not trust the media. And you're surprised that I don't trust the media?
I'm asking you, how do you ascertain the truthfulness of any claim if you think that all of them are lying? Why would reading a bunch of lies help you figure out the truth if it's all lies?
I use common sense, critical thinking, and deductive reasoning.
Give me an example of how you use common... No. This is really important. This is literally the most important thing. This is the most important thing. How can you use common sense and critical thinking to ascertain a lie from a mainstream media publication? How can you common sense your way through the lies that they tell?
Well, so they don't literally lie every single time they open their mouths, and not everybody at Fox News does lie, but the organization has a track record of reporting lies. So I don't trust the organization. Some of the people that work there, I would say, are more credible than others.
So who do you believe in Fox that's more credible? What are some of these people?
In fact, you know what? Ironically, I'm not just saying this because Trump hired him, but I think Pete Hegseth was an honest actor. I think Will Cain is a very honest reporter. There's not many, honestly, that I really I don't even watch it anymore because I got tired of how it's just the same shit over and over again. You know, when Fox News, when a girl a white girl goes missing or a prisoner escapes, Fox News covers it for like 3 days straight. I want to hear other stories that are going on in the world, so I don't even watch it anymore. So, but I think it's funny how you're saying you do trust the media, because this is a 70-30 issue in the country, and you're part of the 30.
So you're saying that I should just follow whatever the popularity and the opinion polls are?
No, I'm saying what you should do is you should look at a story that's being reported. Okay, here's what I do. I actually do. This is the whole premise of my podcast is called The Daily Breakdown. I literally take news articles from all of these sites and I go, that's probably bullshit. That's probably bullshit. And then I give critical thinking and I do research and I give my own opinions based on that research onto what the actual truth might be. I don't make assertions of fact unless I can prove it. I don't say anything as an assertion of fact.
Then show us right here. Let's do it with the election thing then. Or not the election thing. Let's do it with the vacation time thing. Show me how you break it down.
Okay, we already just did this, so let's not do it again. But
we didn't do this though. No, we didn't do this.
We did. You just didn't like the way that I.
No, you just didn't do any research. You just like gave me some opinions, right? You know, I research better than you, right? Like I have more media savvy than you. I'm a better critical thinker than you. I'm a better researcher than you. I know more facts about all of these things than you do. So I don't know why you're talking to me like this is you're enlightening me somehow. Yeah.
How do you know you're better than me?
Because I just listened to your thought process on how you pick things out here, and you have all the classic markings of somebody that falls prey to his own biases when evaluating media.
I literally just said I don't trust the media, and you said that I fall prey to my
You said that you don't trust the media minutes after you told me that the reason why you know the Snopes article is fake is because BuzzFeed News said something and the AP said something, which I'm guessing are two media publications you don't trust. But you're actually displaying a perfect example of somebody who lacks media savvy, which is you are selectively critical. You believe sources when they tell you what you want to hear, and then you disbelieve them when they tell you what you don't want to hear.
No, what I said is I take all of it. Now, giving one example of a BuzzFeed in real time to just point out the claim that there is a story where the co-founder, and I looked at 3 of them in a row where the co-founder apologizes for plagiarism, and I asked you, what source would you like? And you said the AP. The AP's
plagiarism has nothing to do with being wrong about the facts. What if he was plagiarizing a dictionary? Is that...
It goes to credibility. But again, right?
But the Fox News Dominion lawsuit doesn't go to credibility?
Hold on. I do want to go to ICE. I think we need to cover this. It's an important part of this.